Hi, I'm Anya, also known as Meppity, and it's been a while. This video today is essentially just me talking about why, where I've been, what I've been up to, and what I plan to do next, kind of, you know? And also, I don't know, I just want to check in on my audience because I've missed you guys, you know? So, hello. To start us off, I guess I'll just touch on why I've been gone. And it's a good variety of reasons. And one of the main things is through the second half of 2020, which was a strange time for us all, I started to feel incredibly anxious by the mere thought of social media. Specifically Instagram. As some of you may have noticed, I am technically on an Instagram hiatus, and I say technically because I think I might just leave permanently, but who knows, in this day and age, maybe I'll come back for the sake of promoting myself or something, or maybe I'll just change my mind and choose to be a social media person again, I don't know. But either way, there was just so much negativity surrounding both my personal life and the art world. And when I say negativity, being sad, being upset, being angry is fine and important in certain ways, but I don't like it when it becomes unproductive. And that's what I felt was happening a lot of the time. It became very vengeful and toxic and mean-spirited and just wasn't an environment I wanted to be a part of. Then on the other side of things with just art, I would scroll through my feed and it's funny. On the one hand, I was deeply inspired by this vast array of art I was seeing, but rather than motivating me, it actually severely severely demotivated me. And I think it's because, look, I am only one person, as are you guys. You're only individuals. But when you are seeing this curated collection of hundreds, if not thousands of people's best work, you stop, you think, oh, wow, that's cool. I want to try that. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, and that too. And so you have all these ideas, these things that you wish to try, but we only have 24 hours in a day. And so a lot of these things we want to take part in just get put to the wayside. And as much as I've tried to get out of this mindset, for me, it manifests into being like, oh, I'm not doing enough. I'm not trying hard enough. I'm not working hard enough because I'm not achieving the same things that all these other people are doing. And I noticed that as soon as I stepped away from Instagram, I felt a lot better. And I realized that Instagram is not keeping me anymore because there's also this algorithmic pressure of forcing myself to post every day. Otherwise, I would just slip through the cracks and become unimportant or whatever, which in itself is not true, of course, but you know, sometimes if you have a following, you look at those numbers and think, wow, I must be increasing these, I need to improve, why is it slipping, why is it stagnant? And the more modern Instagram algorithms really push consistent posting, which is just deeply unhealthy for artists because we are not designed to draw masterpieces every day. Or at least I'm not. I don't know. The other thing, if we're going back to YouTube, is I feel like I keep disappointing myself. I've actually set up quite a few videos. There's some that are very, very nearly finished, just final touches that I could do, but I'm just not proud of the content I've made, either because I wanted to dive deeper into my research but didn't have the time or resources, or that the artwork I provided for it was lacking, or that my editing skills weren't up to par. And unfortunately, I am really stubborn and I'm anxious about the idea of hiring a writer, hiring an editor and so forth, primarily because my schedule is so inconsistent that having someone else rely on me is incredibly daunting. It's not so much the idea of my creative vision being tainted or something by someone else. In fact, in the last 2 years, I'll talk about this more later, but in the last 2 years, I have realized how much fun collaboration is and how nice it is to lead a team but in a way that they can offer their own tastes, their own insight, their own ideas. And then, as a leader, my job has become bringing out the best in people, as opposed to telling people what to do to execute my vision. Yeah, so long story short with the YouTube videos, I'm a perfectionist and I'm deeply ambitious and I want to do all this, but I just don't have the time for it. Yeah. So moving on, what have I been doing in the last 2 years or so? Good question. So I'll start off with 2020, and specifically when the pandemic kicked off. I was still reasonably consistent in my uploads. I received sponsorships, which was wonderful, and I think there was still a pretty strong internet presence on the YouTube side of things, but that was when I started to really fall off Instagram and officially took a break. Then, come the end of 2020, I decided to take a year off of Cal Arts. The pandemic kicked in during the final semester of my first year at school, and I was initially going to come back because none of us knew how long this damn thing would last. But here we are, and I realized, okay, everything is going to be online. I'm a huge extrovert. I love the social aspect of school. I feel like I'll be wasting a year if I'm doing it alone in my bedroom. I might as well do something else alone in my bedroom. That sounded dodgy. I mean, I might as well create art by myself, which is what I did for a little while. I worked on my portfolio and developing my skills and my professional presentation because, yeah, girls gotta make money, and I really want to step into the professional corporate side of the animation industry so that, someday I'd like to be a showrunner, and you kind of need to climb the ranks to get those positions most of the time. Of course, we have our wild cards, but the generic route is, start with an entry-level position, work your way up until someone offers you to pitch to the network, which is what I hope to do. Anyway, yeah, so I was doing that, and then I rekindled my friendship with a big group of my pals who also took a year off Cal Arts, and we decided to collaborate, which is the Warm Welcome film that you may have seen. We made that for Halloween 2020, and I made a big old video with the help of these guys, breaking the process down and what it's like to work in a team. So I'm not going to touch on that much more because I've already got an hour-long video for you. But beyond that, we realized, collaboration is really fun. Let's make the most of our year off. Let's do something else. And that brings us to the start of 2021. I was very fortunate that my friends encouraged me to pursue one of my big projects. This is something that I've touched on in bits and pieces throughout my videos and my online presence, but I'm not going to touch on it too much here. Either way, it's something very close to my heart, very long term. And even though we didn't finish the project in the 6 months we spent on it, we got to practice teamwork, leadership, listening to each other, critiquing each other, design, telling a story, and even things like pitching and preparing a pitch Bible of sorts. It was a good time, and I'm very grateful to all my friends that took part in that. Sorry that it didn't end up coming to fruition, but I don't think any time was truly wasted at all. Then, in February of 2021, I turned 20, and I also had a phenomenal experience with something we call Portfolio Day at Cal Arts. Portfolio Day is where roughly 50 animation studios come to our school and check out our work. This time it was online, so I was able to participate despite being home, and from that I actually got some wonderful opportunities. So through the rest of 2021, I worked primarily for 2 companies. One was this little one based in New York called Hornet, and they do all kinds of amazing animation, mostly advertising. I'll link stuff in the description. Me specifically, I was a freelance character designer for the Kroger ads, which I think it goes under different names depending on what state you're in. Like I know in Southern California, it's Ralph's. So if you've seen these beach ball headed characters, I designed quite a few of them, and I had a blast doing it. The other job I did was over the summer, and that was with Netflix, which is a total dream come true. Netflix is one of my favorite studios, and I got to make a 1-minute animated music video all by myself with a show called Storybots. Storybots is this awesome preschool series. And I say preschool, but like, you should watch some of those videos. They are so fun, they're so catchy, and just like, they're really educational. My song, it's available on YouTube, and as of right now, I don't know if it's on Netflix yet, but it's called The Comma Song. It's so silly, so fun. And I was given the music and animatic, and I was able to take off and run from there. It's very unusual in the industry for people to allow you to use your own art style and have almost total creative freedom. But this show really prioritizes not only helping young kids grow, but also young upcoming artists. And that means a lot to me. So thank you guys. From Portfolio Day, I actually did get reached out to by another team. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Let's just put it this way. One of my favorite creators' teams reached out to me because they liked my artwork and were interested in me working on their next show, which is unbelievable. I don't know, that's so exciting. So that might not happen, but the fact that they were interested in me at all to reach out in the first place is so meaningful. There was one other project that I worked on big time, which was with my friend Ethan Becker. That, as of me recording this, was released, I think, yesterday, and it was really enjoyable to direct/produce on this team project with people from all across the world. There was a lot of, I wouldn't say mistakes, but we were really doing a lot of figuring out of a pipeline and how to best make things work, and I think it ended up pretty successful. Then, through the second half of summer 2022, I decided to branch out a little and try some non-digital stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me, but I decided to experiment with puppet building. Well, sculpture, more so. And so I made an 18-inch tall version of my girl Janie. It's so strange being able to physically hold her and sort of look into her eyes. And my mother very kindly helped me by making the clothes, because she is a talented seamstress and I am not. And I also started the process of making a silicone mold for her so that someday I'll be able to make an articulated version of her, like with armature and stuff underneath. We'll see if I have the time and resources to finish this project. I was going to make a video about the making process of it, but then I forgot to film the entire second half of the build process, so may not be worth it. I'm still thinking about it. We'll see. And that brings us to the end of summer, and I'm finally back at Cal Arts. I came back to LA in September, and yeah, it's been really nice being back at school. I have almost completed my second year here now, which is strange. It's like I'm nearly halfway through my high school. I finished high school a while ago. I'm nearly through my college education, and it feels like yesterday when I first found out about the school and was eagerly looking through sketchbook applications and was practicing my own sketchbooks and working on my portfolio. But yeah, it's I'm very honored to be able to be back. Back in 2021, everything was pretty much exclusively online, but we could at least go onto campus and work on the computers, so I was able to see people, socialize. Now we're mostly in person again, and right now we are quickly approaching our film deadlines, because if you don't know, at Cal Arts, you are meant to make your own film every year, which is a big ask, and there's a lot of learning to be had, and everyone is kind of crunching in these last few weeks. No spring break is to be had in this household. We are all working incredibly hard. As for me, I realized that my film was going to take more than a year to complete, and so I'm not working to this deadline specifically, but I am working with one of my good friends, Young, to help finish his film. I'm basically co-directing, and he and I actually made another film together back in December called princessed. It was for an event we do at school called the 48-hour films, and yeah, we made a film in 48 hours. I highly recommend you watch it. It's on his channel, also linked in the description, but be warned that it gets a little wild, and please don't judge me. I swear I'm not as innocent as I may look sometimes, and I think this one will show you that. But yeah, I hope you have fun. So our films are due in around 2 weeks. I don't know if I'll be releasing this video before then or if my film will be done by that time. But either way, we're all pretty stressed. That being said, I have been working really hard in the last sort of year or so to maintain a good work-life balance. I have learnt how to work hard and to play hard, and even though I'm still finagling that, especially with the amount that I sleep, which is too much oftentimes, I think I'm improving for sure. Like, I have been way healthier than I was in my first year at Cal Arts and over the summer of 2020. So things are looking good. Anyway, you're probably wondering why I chose to make this video in the first place. This definitely isn't my usual type of content. I say that as if I post anything these days, but anyway, here are my explanations. I feel like I owe it to you guys to let you know where I've been, because even though I assume the vast majority of my audience probably didn't even notice I was gone or doesn't really care about my personal life, there's a few of you I know who have been checking in on me and want to make sure I'm okay and are curious to see what I've been up to. So this is your update, and if you want to see artistically what I've been up to, you can check that out on my website, www.meppity.com. Oh yeah. No, but seriously, I have almost all my art up on there, and that is like my professional page, so you can see what I'm trying to show off to recruiters. So if not for entertainment value, maybe it'll be educational in helping you see like what kind of things a professional portfolio is supposed to include. I also want to let you know, going back to the whole social media and online anxiety thing, that, you know, I've been feeling this way, and I'm sure a lot of you have felt this way too. And so, please know that you're not alone, and that it is totally normal to kind of hate the internet a little bit, and that it is also totally normal to take breaks, whether that be breaks from social media, breaks from making art, breaks from, I don't know, hanging out with friends every Friday or something. Like, you know, you can break routine a little if you so choose to, and the main thing is just to maintain a healthy balance of what makes you happy and what you have to do. And you certainly don't have to do social media. I know there's this common, I wouldn't necessarily call it a misconception, but there's this idea that you have to have a social media presence to be eligible to get good jobs or to catch the eye of recruiters. I definitely think it can help, but it is certainly not the be-all end-all. There's more formal routes you can take to applying to jobs, and so if your main reason that you're sticking to your Instagram account or whatever is because you want to get a job, then maybe that's not the right concentration to have. Alright, so what next? Okay, first of all, I don't want to make any promises, because I think part of the anxiety and pressure I have put upon myself is because I am promising people things. I keep convincing myself that I can do certain things in a short amount of time, when turns out I can't. Also, life is very unpredictable, as the last 2 years has demonstrated to us. So yeah, I'm not promising anything. That being said, my hope is to have a somewhat regular upload schedule this summer, because I do want to go back to my third year of school in September. So this timeline is up until then. So over summer, I have one specific video idea that I hope to release reasonably soon, like maybe within the next month. And then the other thing is a 12-part series. It's a series I've been wanting to do for years at this point, but I think I'm finally ready, and I'm really looking forward to it, not only because I think it'll be fun for me to make, but I think it'll be extremely helpful to you guys. Whether you have a mild or extreme interest in art, I think that this will be educational, and it's something I don't think I've ever seen before on YouTube, which is kind of surprising. But long story short, a lot of people are told that they need to practice every day or something, but How can you practice if you don't know what you don't know? That's my hint to this series that I hope to make this summer. Yeah. I'm definitely going to be mostly staying off social media. I think, if I post something, I'm posting and immediately leaving. I don't check DMs, I do check emails, but that's about it. Aside from that, so I mentioned that my CalArts film is going to take more than a year to complete, meaning that I still am working on it. So I want to sprinkle that into my summer schedule, and I also want to finally learn to drive, because fun fact, I can't drive, because I'm a silly butt, but I'll get there eventually, and I hope that'll be this summer so that I can finally have some independence, so I can finally pretend to be an adult. Oh my god, okay, I paid taxes for the first time this year because it's the first time I've made enough money for that. I hate this. I really, really hate this. Being an adult sucks. I mean, I knew that already, and people have told me time and time again, but why do we have to do, I mean, I know why I have to do this, but it doesn't make me feel any better. Anyway, I think that's about it. Okay, enough rambling from me. If you're making it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate that you have stuck around and have even a remote interest in my personal life. I really care about you guys, and I'm sorry that I've left you for so long, but I think I needed it for my own health. And remember that you guys need to prioritize your own health too, as cheesy as that is or whatever. But how to YouTube? Oh, I'm going to post videos, and I'm also going to ask you to not forget to like and subscribe and click the notification bell, because you're going to need to be reminded for when, if ever, I upload videos. And on top of that, I think I used to promote my Instagram accounts. So you're welcome to follow them, Meppity and Meppity, but I don't use them anymore, so there's nothing new for you to see there. You're welcome to view the ghost town though. Yeah, okay, I hope you're all having a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, wherever you may be. And this is a really long ending. I don't remember what my usual outro is. Speak to you all soon. Love you. Bye.